Now that we're out of Deuteronomy, it's a little easier to consider the in-betweens, as we return to a narrative type of study instead of a topical. The only issue this week is, we pick up immediately where we left off last week, so there is no in-between. There are, however, locations mentioned in these passages. Locations that Kim and I were lucky enough to visit in 2023, just 4 months before the Gaza war broke out on October 7th. As you prepare to teach on these locations, I wanted you to have them in mind. Matthew 4:13 tells us that Jesus left Nazareth and moved to Capernaum. Here, you can see the view from Nazareth overlooking the valley of Megiddo we see mentioned in the book of Revelation. In the days of Matthew's narrative, Capernaum was a small town of around 400 people situated on the shores of the Sea of Galilee. Today, Capernaum still stands with a sign denoting it as the hometown of Jesus. Here we see the amazing Kim Morgan standing on the shore of the Sea of Galilee. This exact spot is only a 2-minute walk from the site historically believed to be the home of Simon Peter's mother-in-law. It's on these very shores we see Jesus call out to Simon Peter and Andrew in verse 18, not too far away from where he calls out to James and John just a few verses later. As for the Sea of Galilee, this body of water becomes an important place throughout the Gospels. So it's important we understand the geographic location and size of the sea. Here you can see a picture taken from a dock on the Sea of Galilee, and you can almost see the entirety of the sea. You can even make out the shoreline of the opposite side if you squint at the picture. It's an extremely small body of water with several small towns surrounding it. Here, you can see a picture of my pastor at the time preaching a sermon from a boat in the middle of the Sea of Galilee. Notice how close the shore is behind his shoulder, even though we're in the middle of the sea. Shortly after his sermon finished, I took this photo from the same position of the view of the other side of the boat. The Sea of Galilee is an extremely small body of water. Understanding this helps us to know what the authors meant when they discuss getting in a ship to go to the other side of the sea. These trips were never expected to be long journeys across the sea, but short jaunts to the other side. And yet storm winds blew so hard one night, the disciples thought they would perish. I hope that seeing some of these locations helps you envision the lesson as you study this week. Next week, we'll journey back a few chapters to discuss the birth of Christ. Until then, if you need anything, please reach out and let me know.